Yo, what's going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're finally back after months and months of not doing it. We're finally back talking about the Boruto anime, because I'll be 100% honest, the Boruto anime, me and it we've not been seeing eye to eye lately, okay? But I thought with the upcoming news of the upcoming arc, the Urashiki arc, starting to leave next episode or there or thereabouts, I thought, you know what? We'll pick up, we'll catch up, and we'll talk about the latest arc that just ended in episode 119, I want to say, and that being the Remon arc. So, the Remon arc, I think it was an arc there was potential, but it just didn't get the love, pun intended, that I think it deserved. Like I said, I think potentially there was something there to be worked with. But before I go too far into all that, as always, we're going to take a look at what you guys had to say about it before we go into what I had to say about it. So, it was quite a tight one, okay? Overall, 3 stars is what was given, closely followed by 2 and even 1 star. So I think that sort of kind of sums up the perception that this arc got. But if we go to have a look at some of the comments, so KSF Superstar. Let's be honest with ourselves, this arc will not be remembered. We're moving along with the Boruto anime, and I'm happy to get into the next arc as it has little to do with the plot progression. I'm happy it's over, and I feel as though most people will have the same opinion as you, because I'm sort of on that same wavelength as well. Like I said, I think potentially it could have been something great, or at least it could have been something good, better than it already was. But it just wasn't that. The stars did not align for this arc, unfortunately. But, you know, we'll just move on from it. And then we've got someone here playing devil's advocate, actually, to that former opinion. We've got Kirel Chattergoon saying that it's 4 in general. The plot and character development was executed well. Now, I have to respectfully disagree. It's your opinion. Personally, I didn't like it. I thought the character development was very minimal. The most character development you got was for Remon and all that, and even then I didn't think we got a massive deal of it. So I thought character development was actually on the lighter side this arc in comparison to before. I think the main one that got any form of character development, because Boruto got nothing or anything like that. Konohamaru was the only one you could make an argument for, but personally I don't think it was anything major. I think by the end of it he came out and he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do everything I can to protect the village. And it's kind of like, yeah, he was doing that anyway. I'm pretty sure if I asked anyone who skipped over this arc, they wouldn't be none the wiser. There wouldn't be anything different about any of the main characters. So I have to disagree with the character development bit, but parts of it was enjoyable. So let's go on to what I had to say, and personally, I think I'm gonna go with a 2. So let's clear up why, because honestly, if I was feeling extremely generous, we're talking so generous, then maybe if a few different things were done differently here and there, I could have given this arc a 3, but I'm gonna stick with a 2, and let me explain. So, first off, let me kind of explain what I think the biggest issue this arc had, and that was its length. I think 4 episodes for an arc wasn't enough. In some circumstances, small arcs work. The Jugo arc comes to mind. That worked. It was 6 episodes, so it's still longer than the Remon arc, but it worked being short because it was based around characters we already knew. It was based around lore we already knew. Nothing brand new really had to be thrown into the equation to build up on straight from scratch. Unlike in this arc, we had Remon, I think his name was like Kankitsu, that clan thing, the Dai village, Soma, the spirit stealing memories, all of it was brand new. We've never seen anything like it before, and to have that and to try and explain it and get us developed and bonding with the characters and all of this within 4 episodes, it just doesn't work, especially when the big payoff you're trying to get to towards the end is based around emotion with these new characters. Now, okay, I admit saying that I did find it sad-ish in the finale. However, I'll admit that a luxurious soundtrack to accompany that scene with Konohamaru and Remon was the main reason for that. So yes, I suppose you could create a counter argument to my point saying, well, clearly the emotion did work and it did pay off because, like I just said, I felt some form of sadness. However, I just don't think that the emotion came off in the right way. I think he was supposed to be sad at the fact that this love that bloomed between them wasn't going to come into fruition and that she was going to forget all about him and all that type of stuff, and it was going to be a tragic end to a love story. But honestly, no, it just didn't work out like that. I think we all knew when this arc started, we knew Konohamaru and this Remon girl was never going to get together. We knew that Remon, Kankitsu, all of this stuff, to Dai Village, we knew none of this is ever going to make an appearance again, more than likely, in the story. It did feel like classic Naruto filler, where you go to a brand new village with something going wrong and the village needs saving, and then you save the village and oh, thank you, you know, can't wait to see you again, all that type of stuff, and then deep down, you know, yeah, we're never going to see them again, and guess what? You don't ever see them again. That's the vibe I got straight away, really, with this arc, unfortunately, so it does hinder the emotional payoff that they're building towards. However, saying all that, there was a couple things from this arc which I did genuinely thoroughly enjoy, so let's cover some of the more positive aspects of the Remon arc. First up, Boruto and Konohamaru. I loved that we actually got an insight into their kind of like big bro, little bro relationship, because what seems like forever now, Boruto is always called Konohamaru Big Bro Konohamaru. And this felt like one of the only, if not the first time, that has actually become evident as to why, because they did feel more like brothers than student and teacher, in my opinion. I think prior to this arc, whenever Konohamaru would be referred to as Big Bro Konohamaru by Boruto, personally, I thought it felt somewhat forced. I mean, we understand why it happens and we can see why it happens from our own headcanon, because we know, we can picture it. We can picture their past together, but we never actually get to see it. So it's just kind of, we have to make that up ourselves. But now I feel like we've actually seen it somewhat, and there's more to it. It adds an extra layer to their relationship. But as well as that refreshing perspective between Boruto and Konohamaru, I also quite liked Enra. Now, I remember when the images were going around social media before the episode came out, the leaked image of Enra in the episode. I remember social media, it went into meltdown mode. People were furious. They were calling Konohamaru weak. What's the point? This is childish. All of that type of stuff. And I thought, I'll give it a chance. We'll see what it's going to be like. We'll actually see what Enra is like. And I did like him. I really liked Enra, and I'm excited to see him again whenever that is. Hopefully they've shown Enra now. Whether it doesn't have to be in the manga, okay, because he's not shown up in the manga. But if you're gonna have Konohamaru fighting it out again in the anime and whatever future arcs, throw Enra in. Enra even. Because expand on their relationship. Make it the new Naruto and Gamakuchi and Gamabunta and all that. Do that. And then when we get to the time skip, we can see a grown-up Enra, and it'll be a great payoff. I'm talking about time skip here. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We know that's going to be absolutely years and years away before that. I may not even be reviewing Boruto back then, so hopefully it's sooner rather than later, because I don't want to see a grown-up Enra, but maybe I need to calm down slightly there. But it doesn't change the fact that I did like Enra, and I hope we see a lot more of him. So yeah, I think that more or less sums up my opinion, my honest opinion on the Remon arc. I thought potential was definitely there, but because of different circumstances, it was never fully gonna happen, unfortunately. And it's kind of sad that we'll never see Remon and all that again, probably. The fact that their memories have been wiped really makes me doubt all that. Dai Village Summer, all of that, more than likely, 99% sure it's gonna be forgotten. It did feel very, very, very fillerish. If someone's on a budget in terms of time and they're trying to catch up to the anime, I'd probably be that guy to say, yeah, you're more than welcome to skip it, in my opinion. People are going to be angry at me for that, but I didn't think it did a lot. From the overall perspective of the story, I don't think it did much. As a standalone little arc, yes, it can be enjoyable if it was purely just those four chapters, four episodes, if it was like a novel, I could somewhat see the enjoyment in it. But as taking a look at it from the overarching perspective of the story, didn't contribute a lot, if anything, and that's what let it down, and that's what makes me give it a 2. But we're jumping into the Urashiki arc now, which should be and is supposed to be the big, meaty, gritty arc of 2019. So it's safe to say that after the below par year we've had so far with Boruto, personally, I think my expectations are sky high now. Can't wait to see it, can't wait to review it. Maybe I'll do it every single week, we'll see. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Did you enjoy the Remon arc, and do you want the weekly episode reviews for Boruto back during the Urashiki arc, and then we'll see where we go from there. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Senpai Squad, and as always I'll be seeing you guys in another video. But until then, peace.
執着の地獄がす寡黙な炎おびき寄せられた神々の化身恐れを知らぬ剣が貫く目指す場所とはまだ見ぬ定め近づいてくる決戦の時